are less than a week out from PSO2 New Genesis, and there are going to be a whole bunch of new players joining. Hell, some of you might be watching it for the fourth time. If so, hello, I'm your wonderful host, Maconn, here to discuss everything of PSO2 and New Genesis related, and a handful of other things as well. Mainly PSO2 and New Genesis. And today, we are going to go ahead and we're going to discuss a topic that have been coming up more and more over the last few days, which is, of course, is a PSO2 actually a pay to win or not? Most of you probably already know the answer, but for everybody else, let's go ahead and discuss this. But before we hop into it, if you find that video helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure you do the like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells, do the comment, you know what to do. If you want to support the channel more so, feel free to check out membership and Patreon as well, links below. So let's go ahead, let's get into this, and hear why PSO either is or not pay to win. So PSO2 New Genesis, there is certain details that we don't know at that moment, but more than a likely here, a lot of the mechanics and a lot of the way that you get equipment, items, fashion, and everything else in PSO will have a way to do it inside of New Genesis. It's just certain detail is kind of left out there right now. But with that all being said, there is a lot of mechanics that is coming from bait PSO2 into New Genesis, and that is pretty much where all discussion lie here about it being pay to win. If not, how is it not? So, to start off here, PSO and New Genesis do have a few way of microtransactions. Since this is 100% free to play on whatever platform you are playing on, but the thing is, these things are broken down in a few ways. We of course have our monthly subscription, which at the time of the video is a 1300 AC, which translate to $13, and AC itself translate for every 100 to $1. And with AC, you can do a whole bunch of different things, but that's not the only currency. The thing is about PSO2, there is a 3 whole currencies in the game itself. We have our AC, which is bought with real money. We have our SG, which is bought either with real money or by doing in-game activities or special events that happen inside of the game, which in return will give you a pretty nice stockpile. And if it's anything like bait PSO2, there's not really a reason to heavily spend money on Thargium while you just specifically want to. And then our third currency is, of course, a new Meseta. This is a currency that is available for free. This is pretty much, think of it like your guild in like Final Fantasy or any other MMO out there. So these 3 currencies as well, everything gonna play in here. So let's go ahead and start off with AC. AC will have some options for you to buy some items, and as well as some loot crate or scratches, as they are called in a PSO2 anyway. On the case of some items such as some affiliate boosters and whatnot, that stuff, Elite and Bait PSO2, you can easily get your hands on without doing much of anything. They are mainly there for someone who is last minute, like import buying, but not needed at all. So you can easily just go to a shopkeeper and get all the stuff by just trading in items. Like I said, that is super easy to come by. And then inside of PSO2 New Genesis, we're not for sure how that's going to work yet, let alone if this stuff going to be there, especially since they have a new mechanic with making food, and the food itself giving you certain affiliate boosters and other boosters as well. So in return, that side of the deal might not even be there at all in New Genesis, just because you can do the farming stuff if you want to get your hands on that food. Literally farming, not like, farming an item. Literally farming. But there is one other thing you can spend AC on outside of, course, buying your subscription, which we will get to momentarily. And the main thing is the AC Squat loot crate stuff. This stuff you can spend money on of a grand total of 200 AC, so $2, and you will get a decent items and outfits and whatnot from this. And once you have your hands on this stuff, you can put it up on the auction house and sell the item to other players. And most players in PSO2 will literally do just that, and that is the way they make their money. Or no, in-game money, I should say. And if it's an item you want as a free player, you have a chance to actually get your hands on it and not have to deal with the RNG of the loot crate. Even if the loot crate does have a percentage on what item you more likely will get, it's still nice to just buy it off the player shop and not have to deal with any of that and getting the item you want, as well as having an ability to actually get money in the game to actually get the items without having to open your wallet. And let's say you are someone who do want to try the loot crates, or the item you're looking for is not up for sale for one reason or another, since some items are just straight up consumables, so over time some items might disappear, and you want to grab it before the loot crate end up going away, since they are on cycles of going between a distant outfit, crossovers, and whatnot. Lucky enough, in the case of New Genesis, you will be given one free draw every single day to try to get your hands on this equipment, if it's something you want. But the thing to keep in mind here is all this equipment and whatnot, the camos, the outfit, none of them have stats tied to them at all. This is literally nothing more than visual. And any if it's not on the player shop, and any if you don't want to spend money or you feel like you need to, keep in mind that how PSO2 work, and more likely how New Genesis will work, a lot of this stuff will come back at a later date, and sometime will be offered in distant means for you to actually get your hands on. Might it be tied to a campaign or a quest, or become available from just getting it from a random boss or a raid that you might do later on. And the only real other thing you can do with the AC stuff is, like I said, you can then buy the subscription, and the subscription itself is a pretty straightforward one. At the time of the video, it is a $1,300 or $13, or technically I get $12.99 to be more exact. And in bait PSO2, this mainly come at a few little bonuses here, with of course you being able to sell in the player shop. You also get a little bit of extra inventory space, as well as the ability to get some boosters that is a little bit better, but nothing much, more like 1% more to HP or whatnot. And the thing is about them things, since a PSO2 base do have PvP in it, but the PvP do not take any of that into account at all. It is instant, and pretty much everybody start from square one. And New Genesis, at the time of this video, have not announced any PvP stuff at all. This is 100% a PvE game, so you don't have to worry about that. And also, the drinks might not even be in New Genesis at all, so we will have to see. And as far as locking the ability to sell items on the player shop or auction house behind this paywall, the thing is, Elite and Bait PSO2, there will way to get tokens that will give you X amount of days to actually be able to sell in the store, which was not that hard to come by. And more than likely, PSO2 New Genesis will be doing something similar. Once again, we don't know how yet, but more than likely, there will be a way to get items that are similar to that. But with that being said, you can still sell your equipment according to other NPC shops, and you can still gather your money that way. That is a way to get money, and not counting going out and fighting and doing bosses, doing quests. That will also give you gear as well. So pretty much, as far as like trying to get a obscene amount of money fast, there is the pay way to do it. But if you are a little more patient, you can get up there and in some cases make any more money than you would actually play in the market. So that's something to keep in mind here. And then as far as star gems are concerned, in Bait PSO2, they were mainly used for buying any more like inventory space, or buying outfits that was on a rotation every day. Like 4 to 5 items will come up, and you can spend the star gems on like hats or outfits, or all that type of stuff. Once again, all combated, no stats, nothing to them, and they was on rotation. That is going to be changing here soon in Bait PSO2. As far as New Genesis is concerned, from actually messing around in the beta, there was only a few opportunities to use star gems, which was of course buying the star gem version of the AC scratches, and buying more inventory space. Which in return, the inventory space in New Genesis is by default a lot bigger than bait PSO2, so without you someone that had a horrible patwat, like somebody in that womb, you will more likely be fine, but nonetheless, you can pay for more inventory bait or unlock a pass to give you X amount of inventory bait for a couple weeks, if that's something you want. Once again, not needed at all, especially if you're good at keeping your inventory clean and not just hoarding everything for multiple years straight, like, once again, somebody in the womb. And that is pretty much it for Star Gem as we know right now. They might be bringing in some other stuff later to get you some other outfits and whatnot. But the thing is about Star Gems is, of course, they are easy to come by in the base game, and more than likely will be easy to come by in New Genesis as well. As someone who had never spent any money on Star Gems, I ended up having thousands upon thousands of Star Gems, which would equal hundreds of dollars in real life if I would have bought them. And I ended up just getting them from just playing the game as is. And more likely, that's probably not going to change all that much in New Genesis. I will be sure to update you guys once New Genesis comes out and we can see how this actually going to work. And in return, we don't even know if Star Gem going to be all that important anyway. So we will see on that end. But as far as the Meseta stuff is concerned, the Meseta, once again, you can get it by doing quests, killing enemies, as well as selling items to player shops and farming items such as food or crafting items. Pretty much can sell them to most NPCs in the game. The percentage will be lower, but overall, not too bad, all things considered. And your money will grow in time here. At the end of the day, a PSO2, not really pay to play at all. The most you're going to be spending real money on is mainly like inventory space or the ability to sell stuff on the player shop, depending on how annoying it might be to actually unlock that for free. Once again, we don't know. We will have to see. But as far as equipment and stuff is concerned, you do not got to worry about any of that. All equipment is only able to get your hands on by taking part in events and killing enemies inside the game, and not through any of the loot places. So if PSO2 and New Genesis, one's pretty identical to each other, there is not really anything to worry about here. This is one of them cases of, if you're spending money, you either spending it because you don't want to deal with cleaning out your inventory, or you want to get an item and you don't want to wait for someone to put it up for the player shop, or the person that's selling it on the player shop is charging more than you willing to pay, and real money is just factor, and you're willing to take the chance on the RNG, any if there is percentages. So keep that in mind on this, and to be totally honest, which I don't think they're going to change in New Genesis, most of the players, if not the majority of players, have never even spent a cent and got some of the best equipment and armor, and pretty much some of the bets that you're going to see in bait PSO2, and that will be a no different in New Genesis. So if you are truly worried about this being pay to win, do not worry at all. But if you do want to end up spending money in the, just know you're not going to get any exact character boosts at all. The best you're going to do is get you some outfits, or maybe an extra, 50 to 100 bases in your inventory if you want to go that route. Also, the game is a PvE, and if we do have PvP, I imagine it will probably be similar to bait PSO2, where everybody will start with nothing, but we will have to wait and see on that one. So honestly, PSO2 is not a pay to win. This is a game you pay if you, kill, or you just want some extra inventory space for a little bit of time, or for however long you end up playing the game. But none of it is necessary at all, and the majority of all that you can get by literally just playing the game and having fun doing so. So do not stress and do not worry about having to have a lot of money. It's not going to really get you anywhere and won't really do much for you as a whole long term. Anyway, if you do want to spend money, or if you worry about the money being important, don't worry at all. You are good. Just go out, enjoy the game, and keep an eye on the official website, because that will they will list how to get like star gems or money boosters or a lot of the stuff that will pretty much make it worth any money and not really need it at all. So hopefully that answers your question. If you have any more, feel free to let me know below in the comment. I will answer them the best I can. And also, don't forget to check out my live streams. And also, my PSO2 marathon, that will be starting here in, matter of fact, a few hours. Keep an eye on Twitter and community tab for more information on that. Because I'm going to be playing PSO2 every day leading up to the New Genesis launch. And probably continue with New Genesis as well because, well, in New Genesis, of course I'm going to be playing it. So make sure you do the like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bell, do the comment if you haven't already. If you're interested in checking out membership and get you some wonderful emotes, or you want any more stuff to help out the channel, feel free to hit up patreon.com/Maconn. Links below. And with that, that would do it for me. And hopefully, does that answer your question? And I will see you all in the comments. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you're interested in any more content from me that is PSO related and other stuff related, feel free to check out the links up on the left. And I like to give a giant shout out to my Patreons and also my memberships here on YouTube, and a special call out to Kyle Blower for checking out the VIP section over on Patreon. And with that, that will do it for me, and I will see you all in the next video for real. Bye!